Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and I'm sorry for my voice. Apparently I'm losing it. Not sure why. But today we are returning to our Strategic Command World War I game against board game designer Alex Berry, the designer behind High Treason, The Trial of Louis Riel, and we're returning to our Let's Play playing as the Entente. The war's been going well. We had a breakthrough in Italy in the last turn, so we may be getting close to Vienna. The Austrians are assailed from every side, and the Western Front, we retook Brussels from the Belgians, and yeah, we'll see what he does to try and stem the tide. Let's see what happens here. I haven't been investing enough in tech and R&D, I don't think, but I also feel like the war is to a point where that might not come back to bite me. We'll see. He's using his artillery to bombard Brussels. I did think he'd probably try to retake the city, so we'll see. I didn't have a chance to dig in there. Those troops didn't have the ability to turn the trenches around, and so you can see there he did destroy the core which was there, which is not shocking. Meanwhile, it looks like he's got some pretty effective counterattacks against some of our Russian pressure in the mountains, inflicting heavy casualties. Destroyed a Royal Navy Marines division there. Got a detachment in the Sinai, which he destroyed. Destroyed a corps in the Caucasus. So he's doing a fair bit of damage here, I would say. Meanwhile, some naval action going on here. Interesting that he's bringing his battleships out here. We did send some ships in toward Heligoland Bight to try and maybe crush what was left of the high sea. Well, we weren't really going. We lost a transport ship, a corps, and a British detachment, and also the Second Turkestan Mountain Corps. I didn't know if he would come out to try and fight us. But it looks like he did bring the König out to play. I'd rather go for his... I want to move through there. Alright, let's move the French armored cruiser out of here to safety. Light cruiser can actually do some damage against his battleship. I thought it would do more than that, but... Alright. Got him! Enemy capital ship sunk. There goes another German battleship. It's going to hurt his national morale for sure. Get that light cruiser also. 450 national morale points for that. I was hoping to damage his sub there with our destroyer. I don't think any of my other guys can get down here. It's probably not worth sending our battleship down there to get shoot up a bit. Can I put mines down? Anybody who have mines? All right. With that destruction of his cruiser and battleship, he's down to 15 warships. We could definitely go for this destroyer. but I don't know that I want to. That would require me leaving some valuable ships out there to get potentially torpedoed. Okay. Like, do you want to risk a destroyer one-on-one? Damn, I thought maybe the destroyer would get him and sacrifice its life nobly for the cause. Can a... Here I am hoping that we could finish him off with some of our other ships to no avail. Alright. Anyway, we've got 3 battleships down here. 4 actually if you include the pre-dreadnought. All in close. And actually 5 if you include the battle cruiser now. So I'm pretty confident he won't be able to do too much harm to us with our ships down here. The other guys can stay on the blockade duty. German national morale is at 61. The British are at 98. Okay. Probably want to reoccupy Brussels, but swing the trenches around. The Belgians moved their capital back there, which is kind of funny, but... Alright, let's get a recon bomber in on this 3rd corps here, which is down to 70% strength. We should be able to get some intelligence or recon. Then we can go ahead and bombard the guys. And then we can go ahead and attack. So let's attack with this corps. I'd hope they would do better than that. Jesus. Man, these attacks are not going well. Despite the forecast, nothing is going as forecast. Everything is going much worse than forecast. Okay. Alright, what do we do here? Let's shift some units around. So, move these guys down here to attack. Defeat them. I don't know that I want to move a unit in here. It would shorten the front. But I don't know that I have anybody strong enough to move into that position. Alright, so we reoccupied Brussels. Swung the trenches around, so there's trenches here. I don't have anybody who can move into this spot who hasn't already attacked or who won't use all of their movement points to get there. So perhaps just leaving this section empty is the sound strategy. Over 7 in here. Reinforce these French troops. Attack this corps south of Luxembourg. Destroy it. Another corps lost for the enemy. 2 more corps on the French front. Hell yeah, brothers. Got him. International morale is down to 60% now. I think I used all my French money. No, the French still have some money. I do have some cores which are a little bit vulnerable. The question is does he have any kind of strength to do anything about it? We were a little worried about Bulgaria's national morale, or their swing to the Central Powers, but they stayed put at 67 this turn. They didn't move. Okay. So we will hold at this point on the front in France. Save a little bit of the British money left, maybe for some reinforcements of ships, maybe? I don't know. The French have so much more money than everybody. All right. Meanwhile, on the Italian front, we've taken Klagenfurt. Our cavalry is close to Vienna. I'm guessing Posen has a garrison. I'm not really sure. Is he falling back in Eastern Prussia? It almost looks like he is. Russia probably needs a turn to stop and reinforce, frankly. All right, let's hit these guys on the flank. Shattered that Austrian corps. All right, we're in Kosais behind the 14th Corps here. We can't dig in, unfortunately, but we are in behind them. Okay, let's pull. Do we pull or just reinforce these guys? I'm inclined to just reinforce, maybe. But we gotta see, because I kind of do need to move a corps out of here to the Caucasus front. I don't love that I'm doing it, but I do want to bring in some reinforcements down that way. Okay. Also, the Russians, do they upgrade? Or they got combat. The Russians got better this turn. So the Russians finished R&D on infantry warfare, which will make them better fighters. It makes them more efficient fighters, I guess, is the right way to put that. I've still got 200 MPPs. This corps up here got pretty badly mauled. Do we want to try and reinforce, or do we just pull them back? I say let's pull them back. These guys here. Do we keep driving on Austria-Hungary's? We can cut their convoy with Germany. Their trade here. It's by moving toward Prague. I'm assuming there's something in Vienna. The Italians could really use some cavalry. That would be helpful. Alright. We knocked out that enemy corps. They moved some German troops into Bruneck to prevent losing another national morale center immediately. Okay. We will work our way around Trieste. take Salzburg. Should we invade Germany and go for Munich? We're going for Munich! I don't know what the supply situation is going to be. It's not going to be good. We're kind of outrunning our supply at the moment. Okay. Should have used my recon bombers on them. They'll probably move in to try and cut my troops off, I would guess. Who are advancing into Salzburg, but let's reinforce these guys. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, on the Serbian front, can we finish off this German corps here, northeast of Belgrade? Might be unwise to swap these units around, but I wanted to destroy that German corps. So they have 2 out of 3 entrenchments. Okay, so actually switching the Serbian, the 3rd Army in there with 3rd Army Corps in there was okay. They're still dug in. Alright, so we didn't quite take Temesburg, which is apparently has a 12 national morale value, but we did destroy another German corps here. Germany's national morale is still sitting at 60%. Okay. Alright, the Austro-Hungarians still have a battleship here, which is going to die. They're at 48% with 15,600 national morale left. 700. Yeah, so they lose some national morale. The British killed it, so the British get 700. Okay, do we have any more destroyers we can go after this Austro-Hungarian sub? Just the one? Okay. Well, if we can get to Pola, we can sink it in harbor easily. What's the German? They're at 35 units. I don't know if they'll make it to 1916, boys. The war is going well. I don't want to get overly excited, but the war is going well. Right, I'm kind of moving around a bit, but let's see what we can do here at Austria. Can we... Vienna is unoccupied and our cavalry is a hex away. I assume he's going to move his infantry and try and cut them off and... whatnot. Be fun to move toward Berlin. He's got to have stuff there, but... maybe he doesn't. We've got a corps and 2 corps advancing on Berlin. Could have some out near Dresden. Russians still have 200 national morale. The question is just what do I want to spend it on? Königsberg obviously has some troops there. Let's reinforce. Okay. Man, those attacks did not go well toward this position, but we beat them up a little bit. Okay. These guys are obviously way overextended. Alright, so we advanced a little bit here to the west of Allenstein. We can threaten to cut off Thorn next turn. Alright, spend the rest of our points here reinforcing the 8th Corps over here. Maybe they have nothing in Prague? No, they do have a garrison there, which he may end up destroying that guard cavalry. I should have held it back. My headquarters are getting left a little bit far behind from a supply point of view. Okay. He could advance east toward the Moravian Gap to cut off my cavalry, but then Vienna's open. He could rail troops into Vienna. He's got troops back here on the Serbian front if he really just wants to fully abandon the assault on Serbia. Someone was saying I had a unused headquarters or soldiers in the east, but I don't think that's true. Oh god. I just got myself pretty badly hurt. Russia doesn't need to lose those national morale points attacking places with their battleships. What is that? An armored cruiser? Got it! 5 international morale bonus. One more warship down. Okay, so that leaves them with 14 warships. 1, 2, at least 2 in the west. Okay. You'd think Serbia would be thrilled currently with this current strategic situation. Okay. I don't know if we need to move them into Krakow. I need more supply centers taken, and we don't really have much more of those. Okay. Let's see if we can take out this Ottoman corps here on the... They did move one unit kind of in our way toward Jerusalem, so we'll see if we can... No, we didn't destroy it, but we did push it back. I don't want to advance with my cavalry there. They'll get killed. So we'll stay in the trenches there. Okay. They've got at least a corps in Constantinople. I would think Bulgaria would not want to join. Anyone joining at this point. Romania joining would make sense. But anybody else joining, Romania's only at 58%. I know we haven't spent money on them diplomatically, but still. Alright, can we purchase anything with that 150 for France? I don't know how long a core... A little bit of time, 3 months or so. Let's buy that. I mean, more troops at this point to fill in our positions would be useful. The British get more battleships, but I don't know that we need that. The French have a core coming at the end of August and then September. They also have more warships and balloons. Can the Serbians buy anything with 45? Probably nothing useful. The Belgians could deploy a detachment, but I don't find detachments all that useful either. To me, it's mostly just about manpower and just pushing in where we can. Where it makes sense. Give the UK another chit for trench warfare. The poor Moroccan garrison is getting a little bit starved off. Casablanca, the rebels in Morocco have been a pain. Guess we'll throw some Italian troops on transports and bring them to help in Egypt, maybe. Maybe they can be of some use. I don't think I have any other troops over here we've forgotten about. An Italian detachment, I suppose. Okay. I think that just about does it for this turn. Okay. Yeah, I think that about does it for this turn. So we will move forward another turn. I don't think, like, I mean, I guess I can move this garrison, but that'll just expose it to attack. I don't know what he's got, but I would maybe he'll start to abandon Eastern Prussia a little bit. I don't know that he can really afford to lose Königsberg or Grodens or Bromberg or Thorn, but he's got to pull troops from somewhere. How many troops do the Germans have left? They've got 35 units, of which we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So we've spotted 29 units. That leaves them 6 that we have not located. 6 anywhere else on the map. Presumably 2 more headquarters or so on the Western Front from what we saw previously. So maybe, and 1 more in the east somewhere, so maybe 3 ground units. Otherwise, this map is mostly empty for them. The Austro-Hungarians have 18 left, of which 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So they have maybe 3. I'm a little loose with my counting here, but maybe 3 more somewhere else. So this map has got to be mostly empty, with maybe a few strategic positions where they've got troops. So overall, I'd say that's pretty good news. I don't know if we'll get like an event where their morale collapses due to the terrain we're taking. Greek Prime Minister Etherios would like to bring Greece into the war on our side. It'll cost us 100 MPPs for both France and Britain. Okay. So we'll get a corps at Salonika, but the rest of the troops will not play a role. Honestly, my gut says no, because sure, we'll get a Greek corps, but we will open the front to the rear of Serbia. Well, I guess it doesn't matter unless Bulgaria enters. Bulgaria is still the key, because there's no direct land corridor with the Ottomans. But my gut says no. I don't think it's worth the money or the risk, and I don't need the manpower right now. Berlin, Landstrom mobilized. Damn it! So he's going to get some new troops rising because of our advance into Germany and our proximity to Berlin. Russia gets better logistics, though. Logistics level 1. Maybe that'll help. We'll see where things play out in our next turn. It feels like the Axis are rushing toward a decisive defeat. Bulgaria or the Ottomans entering may complicate matters, though, because we have not sufficiently invested in reinforcements. Unfortunately, guys, the next turn was corrupted, if you will. I had an issue with the next turn's save, which doesn't mean the game is ending, because I was able to play the turn, but I guess more accurately, my recording was corrupted. I have the audio, but I don't have any visual. And unfortunately, because this is a play-by-email game that syncs with the cloud, you can't go back in and replay a turn. That's to prevent people from cheating, but what it means is when you have a bad recording, you're kind of screwed because you can't go back and replay the turn. So unfortunately, the next turn, which would have been the second half of this episode, is actually not going to happen. I have recorded another turn beyond this, but yeah, we'll do that in the next episode. What I will say is it was a big turn too, unfortunately. I flanked around Trento in northern Italy, and I was able to drive into southern Germany with a single Italian corps, and we took Munich. Believe it or not, we took Munich. We also took a national morale objective on the flank in Italy. We pushed toward Vienna but did not take it, and so it was a pretty big turn. We continued pushing in the paths. We destroyed several German units on the Western Front so that the Western Front actually kind of has like a 3-hex breakthrough. We'll see if he's able to plug it in the episode you will see next. But it was a pretty big turn, and unfortunately the save was blown. So we'll have to pick this up next time in another episode, sort of 2 turns from now, and you'll get to see the strategic situation at that point. But I do apologize, guys. Just the nature of this type of thing when you're trying to record this kind of a game. If something goes wrong, there's no way to back it up. Maybe if I'd been live streaming, there would have been a Twitch VOD, but unfortunately I wasn't. And so that's that. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Leave your thoughts below. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.